let us not forget there is great reward for those who are faithful to God and obedient to His will. My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, today's Gospel is taken from Luke chapter 12 verses 39 to 48. The faithful and the unfaithful servants. God gives life to each one of us, but with life, we also get responsibility. As human beings, we cannot escape our responsibilities. What we can do is to be faithful and prudent in carrying out our responsibilities. Our position and status don't really matter. What matters is how faithful we are. This is what today's gospel teaches us. Martin Luther King once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving." Often we think, "I am not capable of performing a certain responsibilities." But this is only in the thought of our mind. When we read the life of Prophet Jonah, God sent him to Nineveh to proclaim God's message. But he ran in the opposite direction to Tarshish. He was unfaithful, and that's why he was punished. When God was sending Jeremiah to proclaim his judgment on Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, Jeremiah protested, "Lord, I do not know how to speak. I am only a child." But the Lord said, "Do not say, I am only a child. You must go to everyone and say whatever I command you to say." Just like these two prophets, we too excuse ourselves from responsibilities when we do not like something, or when it is too hard, or on account of some weaknesses, and thus become unfaithful servants. But in those moments, we must remember that God is with us to help us. And let us not forget there is great reward for those who are faithful to God and obedient to His will. Today's passage ends with these words: "From everyone to whom much has been given, much will be required. And from the one to whom much has been entrusted, even more will be demanded." And so, my dear friends, let us not be like those servants who are lazy and irresponsible, but let us be awake, alert, and active for the coming of the Lord. In the words of St. Paul, who was ever ready for Christ, we should be able to say, "My living is Christ and my dying is gain." Amen.